I know I've already recently done one rant video saying George Brandis needs to shut the fuck up. But like the Liberal Party generally, the fucker just keeps giving me more ammunition. There was a piece published on a UK-based website called Spiked that should have been headlined, "I desperately want to give George Brandis a blowjob." It was shit. It was so badly written, it started to come off as satire. Seriously, if you are the worthless fucking hack who wrote that, when it finally dawns on you what unmitigated shit it was, that's how I try and pass it off to people. No, it was satire. This is what a brain-dead, privileged fuckstick who has always had everything his own way his entire life would write if he was completely blind to what oppression other people actually suffered. It's not what I think. I was making a joke. Honest. It was the latest iteration of Brandis saying, "Oh, I'm a champion of free speech." And the levels of lies and dishonesty that run through it just make me sick. Because when he and his cronies who are running this fucking country at the moment say, "free speech," what they mean is smash down anyone we don't agree with and force an orthodoxy that will blow your absolute mind. They are just lying. The whole thing about free speech is a fucking lie. This is the party who introduced sedition laws, saying you can go to jail for saying things we as a government don't like. Not for anything you do, you don't have to say anything. But if you espouse a political viewpoint, not even necessarily inciting violence, but simply saying things they don't like, is enough for a jail sentence. Yeah, these cunts are all about free speech. And by the way, as I've said before, I can obviously say anything I want to about Brandis, because he's such a champion of free speech. He'd never do anything like try and launch a slander case or anything. I mean, if I pointed out that I know for a fact he goes to pedophile orgies while coked off his brain, he wouldn't bat an eyelid. Free speech, you know. I would just like to point out that was exaggeration for the purpose of satire. So far as I know, George Brandis doesn't do cocaine. The fucker goes on with, "I'm like Voltaire. I may disagree with what you say, but I'll defend to the death your right to say it." As if that's what's going on here. Anti-vilification laws are not about what people can think. It's about what they can do to other people. It's designed to stop public forums being used to spread hate and vilifications. It's not about what people think. They're fucking dishonest, hypocritical pieces of shit. They know that's not what it's about. It's about pushing a political ideology. They lie through their fucking teeth. They say that's what they're fighting. They say, "Oh, there shouldn't be a political ideology guarding these things." But then all they're willing to accept is their ideology. If anyone has a differing point of view to them, that's completely unacceptable. And Brandis himself has explicitly said how he will punish people who don't do what he says. You don't have to be a genius to know I say things that are unpopular with some people, and I say it in a really strong way, which is unpopular with some people. Of course, I think suing people for what they say, if they aren't actively causing harm to people, I think that's a bad idea. But what these fuckers do is conflate actual hatred, actual hate speech, with free speech. Free speech doesn't mean freedom from consequence for what you do. It doesn't mean that anywhere in the world where free speech laws exist. What they mean is the government should not be able to limit what you say. Yeah, you can say things, but if you aren't prepared to cop the consequences of what you say, then you're not a free speech advocate. You're a gutless, snivelling, shit-eating, cowardly fuckstain. You are utterly beneath contempt. In this particular article, Brandis's big free speech bugbear is climate change and how the left and those scientists are so mean to climate change deniers. Oh, it's like they're completely ignoring the fact that these people are talking shit. George, here's the thing. Scientific evidence and research is not the same as opinion. 97% of climate scientists saying climate change is real, caused by humans, and potentially catastrophic, that has all the weight. The opinion of deniers is fucking worthless. You got that? That's why it gets pushed aside. Not because people are mean, because it's fucking worthless. Oh, and the gutless piece of shit doesn't each way, but he goes, oh, of course, I'm not a climate change denier, but you shouldn't be so mean to them. Fuck you. Fuck you in the neck, you lying, slimy, dishonest piece of shit. I just realised I probably should also say, to the best of my knowledge, George Brandis does not actually go to pedophile orgies either. But you notice he's never denied it. Read into that what you will. But despite the intellectual dishonesty George Brandis displays on a daily basis, if he comes out and denies that he indulges in cocaine at pedophile orgies, then I, for one, am willing to concede that he didn't believe that was a pedophile orgy that he was at.